The Lucy you see on screen? That's only half the story. She's hiding more than you realize. From unexpected personal history to moments that almost never made it to screen, we'll unveil everything, and by the end of this list, you'll never see Lucy the same way again. She got the spotlight at just 17. Before The Rookie, Melissa O'Neil was already famous in Canada. She was only 17 when she won Canadian Idol in 2005. Overnight, she went from a normal teenager to someone the whole country knew. Cameras followed her. People talked about her. She was in the public eye years before acting ever came into her life. This early fame taught her how the industry works. And maybe that's why Lucy Chen feels so real on screen. Melissa has lived through the spotlight before. The historic win. Melissa O'Neil just not only won, in fact, she made history in Canada. She became the first girl to win Canadian Idol. She was only 17 at the time. Week after week, she impressed the judges and won over viewers all across the country. By the end of the season, she was a national name. That winning moment changed her life. It was the start of her life in the public eye and the first big step toward a career in the entertainment industry. The pressure behind the screen. Melissa O'Neil has been part of The Rookie since the very first episode, but away from the screen, she has faced a challenge that may shock you. Well, the entertainment industry has always been hard on appearance. Over the years, Melissa has felt that pressure. It might not be obvious, but she has seen how people treat her differently depending on how her body looks at the time. During a podcast with Tommy Daddario, she openly talked about this. She called it a journey. She said she wants to reach the point where she can fully say she loves her body. She described it as strong and resilient, something that has carried her through life, but she also pointed out something sad. In our society, many people don't see bodies as sacred. They see them as a product to sell. Becoming a pretty pony. Melissa O'Neil has a way of adding humor, even when talking about the pressure of the industry. She once described what it's like to get ready for big Hollywood events, like the upfronts. She said she spent an entire week preparing. Her words for it were simple. She called it becoming a really pretty pony. It was a funny way to say it, but it showed how the industry works. These events are not just about the job. They are about how you look. Every detail matters. The hair, the makeup, the clothes. Everything has to be perfect. For Melissa, calling herself a pretty pony was a way to show how strange it feels to treat your own body like a display. It's the part of the job that fans don't see, but it's always there in the background. A debut platinum album. After winning Canadian Idol, Melissa O'Neil didn't slow down. She went straight into making her first album. It was self-titled, simply named Melissa O'Neil. The album was a big success. It went platinum in Canada, meaning it sold a huge number of copies in a short time. For a teenager who had just started, this was a very big achievement. The success made her one of the most memorable winners in the show's history. Long before she ever appeared on The Rookie, Melissa had already proven she could win over a crowd. This album was the moment she showed the world she wasn't just a one-time TV winner. She created something that people would want to listen to again and again. Her role in The Rookie wasn't the first one. After her music success, Melissa O'Neil moved into acting, but it was not in The Rookie. She didn't even start on TV right away. She first worked in theater, where she learned and polished her skills. She performed in big stage shows like Jesus Christ Superstar and Les Miserables. These roles let her use both her singing and acting, and they showed she could take on very different characters. Her time in theater opened the door to television. Her first big TV role was in the sci-fi series Dark Matter. She played Tu, aka Portia Lynn. It was an action-filled role and a big change from her stage work. Her debut roles proved that she could handle leading roles in complex stories. From the theater stage to the world of science fiction, Melissa showed she was ready for anything. Almost not Lucy Chen. The character you know as Lucy Chen wasn't even called Lucy at the start. When Melissa O'Neil joined The Rookie, her character wasn't even called Lucy Chen yet. In the early drafts of the show, the name was different. It changed before the shooting of the show began, and Lucy Chen became the final choice. Now, it's hard to imagine her as anyone else. The name has become a big part of the show and one of the most recognized among fans. It's a small detail, but it shows how much things can change before a show is made. Even a name can decide how a character feels. Well, can you guys guess what name could she have other than Lucy? She couldn't drive when she first joined the show. Can you imagine the woman driving LAPD squad cars on The Rookie didn't even have a license when she started? When Melissa O'Neil joined The Rookie in 2018, she had just moved to Los Angeles for the job, but she didn't know how to drive. She didn't even have a license when she was hired. She ended up learning how to drive while working on the show. While talking in an interview, Melissa Melissa has joked about it, saying that if the producers had known this before, they might not have given her the role. It's a funny detail, but it also shows how much she learned while playing Lucy Chen, the set's parents. On the Rookie set, Melissa O'Neil says there are 3 people everyone turns to: Nathan Fillion, Eric Winter, and Richard T. Jones. She calls them the parents of the set. In an Instagram Q&A, she shared how these 3 are the ones cast members go to for advice, feedback, and support. They have the experience and abilities to guide the team. Whether it's about acting, a scene, or just life in general, they are the steady figures behind the camera. Every set has people who keep things grounded, and for the Rookie, it's them. From babysitting to spotlight. Before fame, Melissa O'Neil was working at a daycare in Canada. She was just an ordinary teenager, spending her days looking after kids at a daycare facility. Her life was simple and normal. Then one day in 2005, she decided to try out for Canadian Idol. That one choice changed everything. At 17, she went from wiping little hands and tying shoelaces of kids to standing on a big stage with the whole country watching. It's a big jump from playrooms to bright lights, and it happened almost overnight. Melissa's hidden name. Melissa O'Neil has a Chinese name that was given to her by her grandfather, Ming Pao. It's a special name that comes from the head of her family and holds a lot of meaning for her. Melissa has never shared what the name means, but it's clear it's something close to her heart. Even though fans know her as Melissa, this other name is a quiet part of who she is, given to her with love by someone very important in her life. A mistake that could have ended her career. When Melissa was on Canadian Idol, there was a moment that put her presence on the show at risk. In the elimination rounds, she forgot the lyrics to one of her songs. For many contestants, that might have been the end, but Melissa's voice had already wowed the judges, and she made it through to the round of 32. Even after that, it wasn't all smooth sailing. In the top 10 and top 9 weeks, she was in the bottom 3. Still, she kept going, fought through the pressure, and in the end, she didn't just survive, she won the whole competition. Lucy does her own stunts. Melissa doesn't just play a tough cop on TV, she trains like one too. On The Rookie, she works with real police advisors to make every move look real. She even does many of her own stunts instead of letting a stunt double step in. Some of those action scenes have left her with real bruises, but she wears them like a badge of honor. It's all part of bringing Lucy Chen to life in the most believable way possible. The truth behind Lucy's Mandarin scenes. Lucy Chen speaking Mandarin on The Rookie might look easy, but it was actually a big challenge for Melissa O'Neil. In real life, her family background is Cantonese, not Mandarin. That meant she had to learn the lines from scratch. She worked with a coach to get every word right. It was not just about saying the words. She wanted the sound and the feeling to be correct too, and all her efforts were visible in the scenes, as it made them feel natural and true to the character. Melissa's true fear on screen. There is a rooftop rescue scene where Lucy looks truly terrified. That feeling was not fake. Melissa is afraid of heights in real life. On the day they filmed, her fear showed up. Her hands shook, her steps were small, her voice sounded tight. The crew noticed. They could have asked her to try again, but they kept that take. They liked how real it felt on screen. That fear made the scene stronger. When you watch it, you are seeing Melissa's real worry, not just an actor playing a part. So guys, which of these facts surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts below in the comment section, and let's see who really knows Lucy Chen best. We'll be back soon with another amazing The Rookie recap. Until then, subscribe to our channel and stay tuned.